For Dunkley.
Thank you, Speaker. My question is to the Minister for Social Services. What action is the Albanese Labor government taking to provide support for some of Australia's most vulnerable people, rather than punishing them?
Call to the Minister for Social Services.
Thank you, Mr Speaker, and I'd like to thank the member for Dunkley for that question and for her passion that she shows for those most vulnerable in her community and indeed right round Australia. I'm very pleased to announce to the House that the Albanese government strengthening the safety net package has just passed the parliament. Now, this package includes a range of important and targeted measures to boost support to those most vulnerable. Now, from the 20th of September, more support is on its way for those who need it most. Now, our safety net bill will deliver more support for those relying on student and working age payments, more support for single parents, more support for older Australians facing additional barriers to work, and more support for those that rely on Commonwealth rent assistance. Now, these measures complement other investments in cost of living support, including investments in Medicare, cheaper childcare, cheaper medicines and energy bill relief. Now, unfortunately, not all members of this parliament wanted to provide this extra support. Those opposite moved a mean-spirited amendment to scrap the government's $40 boost to working age and student payments, denying much-needed support to almost 1 million Australians. But, of course, this is all part of a pattern of those opposite, showing contempt for those that rely on the social security system. The Liberal Party's robo-debt policy demonstrated that contempt as well. Now, through the Royal Commission into robo-debt, it was established that the Liberal National Party's robo-debt policy was a cruel and crude mechanism that was neither fair nor legal and made people feel like criminals. Now, of course, most people would think that was never the intention of robo-debt, but of course it was always those opposites' intention. None of us can forget when the former Minister Tudge said, "We will find you, we will track you down, you will have to repay those debts and you may end up in prison." This demonstrates the cruel and callous approach to those opposite. Now, of course, the architect of robo-debt, the member for Cook, regularly bragged about being a strong welfare cop. And he, as the opposition, seems to fail to truly recognise the damage that this scheme has caused. I would encourage those opposite to remind themselves of the Royal Commission's report that heard the evidence from witnesses who spoke about the distress and damage. The Liberal and National Party have demonstrated time and time again they, whether it's in government or opposition, take a cruel and callous approach to those who rely on our social safety net, denying them support they need.